What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 6. Mark, what do you have for us today?
All right, so I have a lot of big news for us today. So first of all, we'll be talking about how Ripple is introducing NFTs. We're going to be talking about Gamestop launching their own NFT marketplace, Apple's marketplace fees for NFTs and crypto projects, FTX making its own stablecoin, and finally Frito making a 350,000 collection of NFTs ahead of the FIFA World Cup. What about you?
And today I'm going to be talking about political issues. Twitter is starting to make NFT products. An NFT project called Cool Cats firing employees in a questionable manner, and also Bored Ape Yacht Club. So let's get it with your first article today.
All right, so this is pretty big. Ripple is now bringing NFTs to their blockchain. This is going to be done through their XLS20 modification. So people are actually already able to make these NFTs on the Ripple blockchain. If you go to one of their sites, you're able to just fill out all the information. So I think that's really cool. You can put like the name of NFT, how much you want to mint, and all that. And it's going to be actually much safer because they have their no smart contracts behind this. So they may be introducing a new era of NFTs for this marketplace. So I'm really excited about that. I'm looking forward to seeing if there will be any big Ripple collections. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this is huge. Honestly, I've seen ADA NFTs pop off. If you guys are in Solana, you've seen how Aptos has been targeting the Solana NFT flipper market, and I've seen Aptos pop off and kind of level off now. So I think, yeah, everyone is getting into NFTs, and more than Ripple getting in, I just think whenever any large company gets into NFT, it's bullish for the whole NFT space as a whole. What do you think?
Yeah, I completely agree. I just think it's awesome that more people are getting into this space, and I find their lack of having a smart contract system to be super interesting. I'm glad that they made such an easy way to approach it, but without further ado, what do you got for us?
So a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT just sold for 87% below its value. So a Twitter account handle named Franklin has 60 apes actually sold one of his 60 apes for 9 Ethereum instead of 99 Ethereum. Isn't that crazy? He said he just had a fat thumb and slipped, and I can kind of see that happening because he has 60 apes, you know? So he probably thinks they're like playing cards because he's so rich.
Yeah. He's just loaded. I remember him talking on Twitter about this, and he was saying it was one of his first experiences with the new Blur marketplace, so he was sort of blaming it on that, but I really think he just slipped up. I don't know if I could blame it on the marketplace.
No. And some people on Twitter even went as far as saying like he was money laundering by selling it to himself and reporting losses on that, but I don't think so. I think with 60 apes, he would be a little careless.
Yeah, I honestly
that's like
think he just wasn't
millions of dollars.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Alright, so without wasting too much time on this article, what do you have for us next?
Alright, so next, GameStop is hopping into the NFT marketplace industry. So they partnered with Ep.6. So if you're not familiar, this is on the Ethereum blockchain. It's for a bunch of different Web3 games, and essentially what they do is they add another layer of a blockchain onto the Ethereum chain, so you don't pay gas fees every time you interact with an NFT on their platform or anything like that. So it's easier to pay for like trading cards and stuff like that. So they basically layer a second blockchain on top of it. But the big thing is that GameStop is hopping into this Web3 marketplace, and I think this is pretty big. This might actually keep GameStop alive. What do you think?
Yeah, I think honestly it's very cool to see GameStop hopping into Web3, because GameStop is like, as a kid growing up, when I thought of video game, it's GameStop. It's always game. Like whenever the new Call of Duty game comes out, you line up at GameStop to get it. That's like the place to go get games. So honestly, seeing them come in, it's super bullish for me. And also it's just like, it gives me memories from my childhood. I think it's super cool because I remember lining up for getting Call of Duty 1 and stuff back in the day. So yeah, if eventually I can line up at GameStop to get the new Metaverse game or something, that'll be like, that's when Web3 finally made it. What do you think?
I hope you can line up virtually, but I just think it's awesome.
That'd be even better.
You might actually just be able to, they could be the central Web3 gaming sort of facilitator for metaverse assets and games and things like that. So I think that's awesome. But without further ado, what's next?
Awesome. So I have a study by the United States government that says 37% of US voters actually are interested in cryptocurrency laws and politician standpoints on them. So what do you think? 37% of United States citizens now actually care about crypto laws and stablecoin regulations, stuff like that, and actual politician standpoint on crypto.
I think that's huge because it shows how many people are actually interested enough into this market to make their political decisions based on cryptocurrencies or considering crypto when they're thinking about it. And I saw another statistic that it was like 80% of people agree that this market needs more regulation, which the fact that 80% of voters even know that it exists, I think is a huge win, because I honestly was thinking like, a lot of the average voters I wouldn't think would know very much about this, but it's just getting so much attention. I think it's going to push regulation into the market even faster, which I think is honestly a good thing, because I think it might help actually bring this market back.
Speaking about regulation being pushed into the marketplace, I know you told me, I know like last week we discussed how the first crypto law that's going to come into place is the Universal Stablecoin Regulation Act, and you were telling me about how FTX is making a stablecoin.
Yeah. So I remember I think it was like the Huboy network or something like that got rid of their stablecoin lately, but FTX is actually making their own. So they've said that they have all the technology and everything for this. They're just looking for some sort of partnership with someone to help them bring it to fruition. But now they're actually making these big steps and making their own stablecoin. I think that's big with it being a US based company and everything, and how much they're just doing with the regulatory bodies in the US. So I think this is a huge step for stablecoins in general, for us to bring those new regulations and everything, because FTX could now be leading the charge in the United States. So I think that's significant.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think stablecoins are definitely the way to go, because if you look at cryptocurrency market caps, the world's most invested crypto is a stablecoin. It's USD Tether. It's not Bitcoin. It's not Ethereum. It's not Solana. It's none of these. It's stablecoins are the world's most invested cryptocurrency. And I also think when cryptocurrency goes mainstream, when companies send each other money through the blockchain, they're not using Bitcoin. They're probably going to end up using USD Tether.
Yeah, they would use Bitcoin. Like the 5 minutes it took to send it, it went down like $1 million because there's something like $2 billion transaction.
Yeah. Also, like the friction on a network like Ethereum, it's like the gas use are so high, so it doesn't make sense. But yeah, on USD Tether, it's called zero to send it here and there. So it's like, it makes perfect sense why anyone would use that.
Yeah, I would use that. But it might actually be good for these big institutions. They might just do it through FTX's stablecoin, because it's US based. I'm sure it'll be one of the first to get approved. So I think that's huge. Next, we had something about Apple's marketplace. So,
yeah, I had this article as well.
Do you want to take it then?
No, we can talk about it together. So, yeah, basically Apple hates NFTs. Do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, so Apple is imposing a 30% marketplace tax. So this doesn't mean that Apple's becoming an NFT marketplace. Basically, what their specific new policies are saying is that if anyone wants to like sell NFTs through an app or something like that, they have to do it through in-app transactions. So if you guys probably already know, with apps on the App Store, they already have to pay this percentage. Then they decided that NFTs and crypto are no exception. And they said they may not use, and I quote, their own mechanisms to unlock content or functionality, such as license keys, augmented reality markers, QR codes, cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency wallets, etc. So this is really just like a big overarching policy that I think is going to make a huge change. It's making me wonder what people are going to do regarding the App Store, or if they're going to be able to get around it like Spotify did.
I think the tax they're charging like 30%. So it's honestly like, it's crazy amount to think that they would charge 30%, the creator royalties is 10%, someone transacting with NFT loses 40%. I would think that would just prevent all Apple users just stop using NFTs. Yeah,
as an NFT project, I would not even be somewhat convinced to do anything through the App Store. Maybe I would have like secondary platforms if you just wanted something for like tracking or something like that, but I can't see people minting collections through the App Store. I think it's completely unreasonable.
Yeah, I think this also might be a big win for the Solana phone, because people that are really into NFTs might just sell it out on its first go. So yeah, Solana phone is being made with like crazy specs. Like you can get it with like 16 gigabytes of RAM. No, actually, my bad. The base model comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM, and you can upgrade to 100 if you want by paying extra. And that, why on a phone? It doesn't make any sense.
It's not
no,
necessary,
the base
but
version
I still love it.
Comes with 16 gigabytes on the Solana phone, and it comes this January 2023. Yeah. So if you guys are buying one, leave it in the comment section below.
Yeah, I'd be interested.
For sure. Without wasting too much time on this article, though, I want to talk about Cool Cats, who just tweeted out, "We're firing our lead dev and our senior artist." So they just tweeted out without actually going and talking to them in person, and they just said there's letters of termination / layoffs from their account, and then they just listed these names.
Wow.
And they literally fired someone that's been with them ever since day one. And people that are very outraged about this are saying like, this is not what an NFT project should be doing. NFT projects are about community, and all sense of community is kind of lost if you're firing your employees without even talking to them before. And the employees took to Twitter, and they had long threads about this as well, lashing back at the company like, we've never been mistreated like this ever. What is going on? Why aren't you telling us outside? Like, one employee at Twitter username She Vestigas said, in solidarity of better treatment of employees, they're no longer cool cats. They are cruel cats. Employees deserve respect and dignity during termination. And it makes perfect sense. Honestly, I see eye to eye with them. What do you think?
I would be absolutely furious if I got fired through Twitter, especially with being with project since day one. That is absolutely the worst way to find out that you've been fired. Like, I cannot imagine that situation. I think what they did is really ridiculous. I mean, sometimes you have to make layoffs, but through Twitter, I just think that's unacceptable. I would go, they're cruel cats now to me.
I'm trying to picture what went on through their head, because even if we did make layoffs, which we haven't, but even if we did, we would never tweet about it. That seems like it's bad for the project.
It's bad for everyone. I don't see why they would ever think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't see. They're definitely different cats for sure.
Yeah,
they're not cool cats.
They're definitely not cool. But next, I actually have another huge news article. So this one's involving Frito. So if you guys have any chips lately, think of them. So they're making a 350,000 collection ahead of the FIFA World Cup.
Oh wow, wow.
So they're bringing in like the biggest sports gathering into NFTs. They're gonna be 350,000 available of these. So it's for purchasing some product, but the first 350,000 newcomers will also get an NFT with it. They can customize it with like their own face and stuff like that. So I just think it's huge that it might even bring a ton of soccer fans into the NFT space. What do you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think FIFA, the world's most watched event ever, having an NFT ad is just a huge win for Web3 as a whole. Honestly, people will just start looking at, oh wait, even in the crypto bear market, I hear no one talking about Bitcoin or Ethereum anymore, but people are still doing NFTs.
Yeah.
Like, that'll be huge for NFTs in Web3. And they'll show that we're still building. Like, people are still out here building. So I think that'll be huge.
It reminds me of another topic I saw too, that there's going to be an NFT commercial, at least one, at the Super Bowl, this upcoming Super Bowl.
I remember you talking about this, yeah.
They paid $6.5 million for an ad space, raised over $200 million for this purpose, and it's just like everyone's going into the big sporting events. We're just getting a lot of big attention on NFTs. I think it shows that they're sort of here to stay.
Yeah, I completely agree. This also brings up one point. This is not a news article I wanted to cover, but you didn't know Mike Tyson released his own collection.
Yeah, that was a while back.
Right, right? Yeah. I think I might get a pigeon. I think I need a pigeon.
I actually got one a few days ago.
You did?
I placed a bid and I got one with like an astronaut suit. I'm kind of proud of it, but I haven't decided if I want to make it my Twitter PFP yet. I'm sort of easing into that process.
See, I really want to get a Cats on Crack NFT, but it's like $600. So.
Yeah, I paid like $30 for my pigeon, and it's one of the rarest ones. So, in like the very small off chance that it moons, I'll be happy because I have an astronaut.
I also like just like you, I like Mike Tyson's book and the life story. So I think it'll be very cool just to support him, just with one picture.
Yeah, I really don't care that it's a trading card, but it's cool that Mike Tyson has his name on it. So I'm honestly all for it. $30. His book has done more for my life than $30 worth of value.
Oh, for sure. Well, that's all we have for you guys this week. But Mark actually made a video on Reddit NFTs that you guys should totally go and watch. We'll put a link to that in the description. Do you have any final closing statement?
No, that'll be all. The Reddit video is super helpful, I think, so definitely check it out if you're interested in these digital avatars. So,
thank you guys for tuning in to this week of DAOs Radio. We'll see you guys next time when we have more news on NFTs, crypto, and Web3.